Okay, we'll go to Senator Canavan, then we're going to the break. It's just one question.
I just had a question in regards to, I think it'll be one, had a question in regards to there's a report jointly authored, I believe, by the CSIRO and the Bureau of Meteorology called Climate Change in Australia, a technical report. When I was on the other side there, I was told this was sort of the go-to guide to look at projections of climate change when you're building major projects. In that document, when you talk about fire weather, there's a paragraph there which does, in part, is part reflected in this explainer, and I'm quoting from the Climate Change in Australia document now. It says, the FFDI, the Forest Fire Danger Index, increases are partly driven by temperature increases that are attributable to climate change. Similarly, temperature changes alone have been shown to contribute significantly to evaporation service, evapotranspiration in dry catchments of the Murray-Darling Basin, and this is the key sentence I want to just ask about. However, no studies explicitly attributing the Australian increase in fire weather to climate change have been performed at this time. Why wasn't that sentiment included in the explainer document?
So as we pulled together the document, we were trying to look at the high level, try to keep it concise in terms of its scope. So it's really a question of what do you choose to put in and not put in. There's a lot of other things we could have written in it.
All right, but I mean, just one quick follow-up. This is apparently the latest version of climate change in Australia. Is that still the position, that there are no studies explicitly attributing the Australian increase in fire weather to climate change?
I can have a crack at that if you want me to.
I'm just having a quick check on it, yes. Yeah. But at this stage, there's historical studies around that, but at this point in time, we haven't done any specific work.
I don't believe this. My understanding is it's not referring to the CSIRO per se, because it's the document. This is a document sort of collating scientific information from a variety of sources.
Yes.
So it seems to me, unless you can say otherwise, that there's been no studies explicitly linking the Australian increase in fire weather to climate change. At least that seems to be the view of the CSIRO and the Bureau.
Senator, there's a series of modelling papers that we published going back more than 10 years or so. But I will tell you, when we asked the specific question how the fire danger days performed with respect to the models, probably took us quite a few months to get an answer to that, and we still don't have a complete answer. And we have been correlating the data in various regions. And the problem is, in some regions, the fire danger days go up significantly. Yeah. In other places, they actually go down, and some places they stay the same. So it's very highly dependent on terrain and geographic location and the continent. We are trying to pull that together, but the office is quite correct. There hasn't been a detailed study of that other than one what we've tried to do as part of our review of the situation.
As you said before, Dr. Marshall, there's a variable signal here, so I presume it's very hard to sometimes to get a statistical relationship with that noise. So if you could take on notice, though, the status of that claim in that report, that would be